CEO, TJ Rogers, to get a closer look. TJ, I'm particularly interested in the impact on equipment makers and on sort of leading edge fabs into the future. China's had this ambition to build its own domestic capability, but that's looking tougher right now. What does that mean for other companies that are trying to build up capacity, including potentially Intel?
Well, China stated 10 years ago that they wanted to become self-sufficient on the semiconductors, and they worked on it. But fortunately for us, semiconductors are a relatively unique business where freedom and free markets matter a lot, and that's why our industry is always dominated. People who have an axe to grind might define it as percent share of manufactured, which doesn't matter that much anymore. The term foundry was invented by Carver Mead, a Caltech professor, and I found it insulting, but what he said was semiconductor manufacturer is going to be like a foundry, and the brain part of the function will be in the chips, what's on the chips, and how small the geometries are. So we've decided to cut off China, and Donald Trump did that, and Joe Biden has tripled down, not even doubled down, on that strategy, and he's now cut off equipment to China, as well as the middle nodes, the 12, 14 micron nodes, chips made specifically for AI and supercomputing, namely those which could be applied to the military. So, right, it's a gut punch for China. It's a knockout blow.
So what are the implications for investors? How does that kind of tilt the scales? What's a better bet now because of that? I'm looking at ASML. It's still above its pre-pandemic highs. I'm thinking about other equipment makers and, again, the players that are trying to build up foundry capacity and double down on that are U.S.-based. What does it mean for them?
Well, if you go up to the highest level, physics says there will be enough machines in the world to make the chips that the world demands. Right now, the world is demanding roughly the number of chips being made, although there's some places where we don't have enough and some places where we're starting to have a glut. So this whole action really is determining what countries those machines will be in, more so than how many machines there will be. The ASML, Lam, AMT, the chip equipment companies, will make the equipment for the new fabs, and they will ship them somewhere. So I don't think there's a huge downside for the chip making companies. This is just moving them from Shanghai to Ohio.
Okay, well, TJ, what about, second and third layer consequences? As you say, these export restrictions, they're a knockout punch. They can affect everything from China's ambitions in AI, their military growth. Are we going to see retaliation this time? Who might that affect? Where does Taiwan fit in?
Now you've got something in which I know very little. I don't know what China's going to do in response, but I am a student of free trade. I do know that when China behaves itself, which it isn't, that's better for us. I know that every American's better off when they can buy goods from China. On the other hand, what's China going to do? It's like the old joke: stop or I'll shoot. Okay, what are you going to do? Stop making stuff, shut down your factories to prevent us from getting imports. This may have the desired effect. It may have the effect of causing us to come to the table and work out a deal with the Chinese, which would be better for both countries than what we're doing now.
Hey, TJ, meantime, we keep hearing various long-term targets of the percentage of global memory that can be made in this country, having had it crushed over the last few decades. Where do you think that number can top out? How self-sufficient can we become as we build this, these belts of manufacturing in Ohio and maybe New York?
Okay, that's a great question, because that really goes to the heart of the issue. Where's it going to end up? And, let me take an example. We don't weave cotton into thread anymore, nor do we weave cotton thread into shirts anymore. So there's a point in the life cycle of any technology where the technology is no longer economically done in the United States. That's true for, let's say, 80% of all chips in the world right now. They're better made somewhere where people earn $1 an hour, $2 an hour, than what Americans want to earn, let's say $20, $25 an hour. and that means those jobs are going to go elsewhere. What we're trying to do now is parse between the critical, technically and militarily critical and strategic semiconductors that we do want in the United States. And that, again, is right now we're 12% manufacturing. That's probably a pretty good number. If we control the technologies of that 12%, we'll be okay. Having said that, they can shut off plain old junk chips. And all of a sudden, we've got a problem making the high-end products that use chips. So it's a very complex problem. Again, we're better off working with them, getting them to do the right thing with pressure than we are this war, trade war.
Yeah, we'll see. See if we can find a new playbook to make that happen, because the old one doesn't seem to have worked. TJ Rogers, thank you.